A shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
All right, guys, this is it. Home stretch. 2 weeks left for Best of Madison voting. We are so Madison. They even got streets named after us.
Love, Goff, and Darnold are unique names. Williams is a very generic name.
Almost as generic as Brown. I totally understand.
Could it be possible you guys are the best show in ESPN Wisconsin, the whole state?
Yeah, obviously. It's
Possible. Anything's possible.
You're the best.
I mean,
Jim and Molly, Best of Madison!
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I am Jim Rutledge. I have the power. We are at Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie. They have 3 locations, Madison, Middleton, and Sun Prairie. They've been in business since 1968. They have celebrated over 900,000 birthdays in that time. On your birthday, get a free Memento birthday mug and a free beer, Coors Light preferred, specialty birthday cocktail or soda all day long. Their 900,000th birthday was celebrated just last month at the downtown Nitty Gritty. Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown along with me here, along with Primetime Lorisheim at the Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie. We got Chrissy Birdsall back at the Everlight Solar Studio. And it is I don't know if today could be a more Friday in sports in Wisconsin day than today. I mean, I know the NBA Finals was played last night, but the Bucks aren't in it. There's no Wisconsin ties to it. You got nothing going on in the NFL. I mean, I guess the Badgers sued.
We're suing the University of Miami. What are we talking about?
The Badgers are suing the University of Miami. We're doing a talk show thing. That's not that interesting. There's there's nothing happening. Yeah, the Badgers are suing.
Say nothing. That's a big deal.
No, it's not.
It's not a big deal.
It's not. I mean,
in Riley Yauk's Badger Minutes, he says that this is like the first time it's ever happening in college athletics.
It could set a precedent.
Yes.
It's a timing issue. The Badgers were upset about Miami. The Badgers basically pre-signed someone like Xavier Lucas to this new NIL deal on the idea that this settlement that came through a couple weeks ago was going to happen. So now they're retroactively suing to say that Miami violated the rules of the settlement, but when they did it, they didn't violate the rules of the settlement. But here's the thing. I mean, is that a conversation we want to have today? Do we want to get into the nitty-gritty of that?
I mean, it's like they signed up.
Ryan, I love it. Nobody cares about it. Like, Badger fans could give a flying flip. All they care about is that Xavier Lucas isn't here. We get nothing. You're not getting Xavier Lucas back. Nothing happened. For the Badger football program.
Still knowing the details of what actually
I just told you.
Wait, so the Badgers are suing Miami for tampering, essentially, correct?
Yes.
I guess.
So what happens if Wisconsin, quote-unquote, wins?
They're going to get money. They're not getting Xavier Lucas back. He has the right to do what he wants to do. And they didn't tamper because Xavier Lucas ended up just dropping out of school and transferring down and then going to Miami.
And how quick was he? Did he ever even come to the state of Wisconsin?
He played last year for the Badgers.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so
let's get deeper into the nitty-gritty of it.
And Jim brings up a good point. The only really thing to take away is that Xavier Lucas was a star up-and-coming cornerback for the Badgers as a true freshman, and now he's gone, and that's the bigger impact. But since he left, honestly, the only reason you want to pay attention to this is if you're really interested in like college athletic lawsuits, of which case, honestly, even as someone who loves college football, I could care less.
Do you blame him for leaving Wisconsin to go to Miami?
He's from Pompano Beach.
If I was in his situation, I would find it hard not to. I would find it very hard not to. Yeah.
So, that's why it's not a topic to talk about.
Well, good. Thanks for breaking it down. That was a good start to the
I think
show.
everyone in their cars fell asleep. Nobody. It's a lawsuit stuff. Like Xavier Lucas is never going to play for the Badgers again. Matt, all you care about is if Xavier Lucas is going to play for the Badgers again, right?
I mean,
did Matt know who Xavier Lucas was until now?
I'm going to go with yes, because there's no way you could prove me wrong.
No, it's funny because Jim brought him up in one of our pre-show meetings like 2 days ago, and I look at Matt and I'm like, who's Xavier Lucas? And we were both just like, I don't
And
know.
I'll be honest, I don't know if it's Xavier Lucas or Xavier Lucas. I've heard it 3 different ways in the last 2
Is it
days.
Xavier
Here's what it
McKinney or
is.
Xavier
It's
McKinney?
not going to play here anymore. That's his
That's a
name.
good one.
He's never going to play here again. It ain't going to happen. So, like,
Well,
that's
unless we play
why,
Miami.
circling back to my point, we got nothing to talk about. Miami's not.
We do play
Miami's
Miami,
not on the
Ohio.
schedule. Miami's not on the schedule.
Wait,
so
the
he's
The next
not
4
com-
years?
You can pause for that one.
He's
That was
already
good.
played a
Hold
year,
for
but no,
applause.
they're not on the schedule. Gotcha. Literally, probably. We know the schedule for the next decade for college football. Like, they're not on the pre-scheduled thing. Any other insanely inaccurate, crazy college football things you want to throw out?
I love the idea.
I love college
I love
football.
the idea of what if Matt had just thought this whole time that Xavier Lucas revenge game week 1 was coming when the Badgers play Miami of Ohio.
Oh, man, I can't wait to take on
Matt,
Miami.
when is the first Badgers game? Do you know?
September.
No, it is not.
I mean, I don't
It's
know.
August.
It is. It's a Thursday. Thursday night game.
Oh, I did
August
know,
28th.
I did know it was
Also,
Thursday.
also adding on to the stupidness of
Big
this
bad.
lawsuit is that the settlement probably won't even define what's going to happen in college football because with what's the
You just
money?
shook your
The
head.
House settlement.
The house settlement,
Yeah.
but no, what's the private equity money coming in on top of it that's already blowing up the house settlement? Like, the house settlement's not going to hold true. It's going to end up being private equity firms are going to own college football. They already have bought into a few teams.
And by what you mean is that private equity teams will come in and just sort of pay a bunch of NIL money over the top that isn't for actual NIL. It's just paying players over the top of the $22 million in rev share that every school will be allowed to do starting, I don't know, I think next season.
To put a bow on a conversation that I don't think most of our fans care about today, nothing's fixed. Nothing is fixed in college football.
One question I will ask.
Maybe for like a year, but nothing's fixed in college football.
Do you have any reason to be excited for Badgers football this coming season?
Not today. I don't want to talk about today. No.
Underdog
Do
mentality.
you think that'll change in like a month or two?
Okay, Dari.
All right, let's just do this real quick. 844-770-3776. Carbus Talk text line. List is more. No Googling. Give me the name of 5 returning Badger football players.
Returning. Oh, that's
Can
a
I
tough
get? Can I
one.
give some?
I'm going to you
Oh,
two. I want to involve
okay.
the fan first.
All right,
but
let's
yes.
just do a quick minute to win it without actually it being minute to win it. Ricardo Hallman.
Okay.
Ricardo Hallman is
Go
back.
again.
Wait, you guys, I literally just looked this up like 2 weeks ago. Hold on. What's the quarterback's name?
He's not
Goodness
returning.
gracious. Yeah, he's not returning.
Oh, yeah, he's not returning.
None of the quarterbacks are. You can't
Wait,
even
okay,
name a
there's people
backup.
on the defense, right, that are.
You
You tell
Ricardo
us.
Hallman was one of them.
Yeah, no, I know.
This
But
is
I'm
a
trying to
trick
think beyond
question.
that.
Trick
Matt,
question.
it'd be
There's not
nice.
5
It'd
coming
be
back.
nice if Matt would join in here.
Honestly,
I have no idea, Molly.
if you said 5 starters,
Luke Fickle is returning.
Luke
No,
Fickell
come
is
on now.
returning.
Anybody else on the coaching staff? Don't know.
Yeah, don't
Come
know.
on.
They have a new quarterback coach. They have a new OC. Yeah. DC is the same.
DC's the same. Couldn't tell you his name right now.
Tressel.
Tressel.
Mike
Mike
Tressel.
Tressel. Yeah.
All
Matt,
right, can I give?
I literally have no idea of any return.
you were going to say Vinny.
Vinny Anthony. I know. I
Vinny
can give
Anthony.
you some Vinny
Well,
Anthony.
I know, I was
Kahuna.
just-
Oh, yeah, that's
Tekahuna,
right.
that's your guy.
We knew he was coming back because he left and then came back like recently, right?
That was back in like
That was at the end of their
February, I
season,
wanna
I
say.
think.
That was
Oh,
December,
It's
actually.
all the way back
Yeah.
to December?
Yeah,
But
that's
he
when I
did
had a
leave.
cold. Yeah.
Tretch. That's yeah.
Here's one that'll get you
I have no
guys.
idea.
Tucker Ashcraft, which is
Oh,
really
yeah.
a pain in the
Is
ass
he back?
because but there's Tucker Kraft and there's Tucker Ashcraft. I hate it.
Wait,
It
is
should
his
not be
name
allowed.
Tucker?
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I listen to like the games, it's Ashcraft.
Well, that's not his first
I
name.
know, no, I
His
know
name is
that's
Ash, last name Kraft.
no, I know that's his last name. I'm just saying, I don't think I've ever heard his first name.
Tucker.
It's Tucker, yeah.
Well,
Wait, there's
I
somebody
can't-
else.
I can't wait to correct you on that this fall. When you start talking about Tucker Kraft and you say Ash Kraft every once in a while.
Don't put it in Jim's head.
Oh, I'm doing it. I'm going to plant that
Well,
seed
here's
now.
the thing, because I have the burden of knowing multiple players on the
burden?
Badgers and
I know.
Packers.
It's so
Matt,
hard.
Matt is unburdened because he does not know the name Tucker
Wait, can
Ashcraft.
we just talk about
Yeah,
how horrible the last
exactly.
name Ashcraft is? Like, that is so unfortunate.
Give me another
Wow.
name of a starter or any player returning for Badger football.
I'm done.
Hunter Wolder's gone.
He is. He is gone.
Braylon Allen left a couple
Peterson.
years ago.
Is he a start? Are we doing just starters
No,
now, or
no,
just
but
PA
he's
a returning
players?
player.
He's back. He is back.
He'll be a starter, though.
What was,
Tackett Curtis.
Taka Curtis is back.
Never even heard of
Riley
that.
Mallman, the right tackle for the
I have
Badgers.
heard
wide
that name.
receivers?
I just gave you the wide receivers that were returning.
He said Vinny Anthony, Tresh Kahuna. Those were
Yeah,
really the
Barry
only two.
Johnson.
Wasn't there
Barry,
a Sky
Barry,
or
Barry
something
Johnson
on
or something
his
like that.
Kai and Barry
Sky?
Johnson.
Barry Johnson.
Oh, you're thinking of
Skylar Bell.
Skylar Bell, yeah.
He's been gone for 3 years, Matt.
No, is there
He
There
transferred.
wasn't a Sky or
I
anything
think.
last year. Maybe it must be Sky though. I don't know. Yeah, that's honestly when the Badgers are good. I probably have a couple more names in the bank, but the last.
This is
year-
But
what
also,
you're doing?
this is going to be
You're
what
blame
it's,
the team.
but this is what it's
I
going to
mean,
be
it's a
for
fair-
the
What are you
next.
it's
gonna- yeah,
kinda
what are you
fair.
gonna? I'm really paying attention to this team that won
I-
5 games last year.
Well, we do host a show in Madison, Wisconsin. They are the football team.
But
in
this is
Madison,
also the
Wisconsin.
way of college football, college athletics in
Very
general.
true.
Just
Yeah.
that
I
there's
didn't ask
so
you
many
to
people
name-
in and
I
out.
normally
in and out.
have-
No,
I
I'm
asked
not.
for- I asked for
no,
5.
100%.
Yes.
We're at fault right here. But I'm just saying that is the state of college athletics.
Yes,
exactly
absolutely.
how we started this
But that's why I
conversation.
started with 10. That's why I wouldn't do 10 instead of 5.
Good God.
5 years ago, I think if you didn't know 10, that'd be pretty terrible.
Yes,
Well, Molly,
agreed.
For sure.
Let's write this down because I guarantee this is next week's minute to win.
For sure.
Guarantee.
And we're going to stink at it.
Yeah.
And
We'll see. We'll see.
No. 100%.
Oh, good
Mark it.
Lord.
Chrissy,
Mark
mark
it.
this segment.
Goodness, it is.
Or don't.
You know, I'm gonna get my big blue truck from Sidney Chevy in Mount Horeb. I'm leaving. I'm leaving the show. I'm done. I'm starting my Friday early.
And me and Molly are going to keep talking Badgers.
Maybe I'll get a better buying experience out of Sidney Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience. Need a better listening experience. All right.
let's go into Badgers basketball now. Let's name people on that team.
Do you want me to?
No.
They did start.
Brad Davison.
They did start. They did start practicing. They did start practicing recently.
Did they really?
Brad Davison, the human embodiment of the worst era of college of Badger basketball. Yeah, absolutely. They missed the tournament twice with him.
Yeah, I guess so.
When Brad
They got
Davison is
runner
Yeah,
up in
that's
the
interesting.
NIT, though.
when Brad Davison is your
Brad
best
Davison
in
led
the-
that team to the
Runner
NIT.
up in the NIT.
in the
Take
nobody
the banner.
in the Nobody Cares Invitational.
Oh, yeah.
Not
the
in
Maui
tournament.
Invitational.
Oh, that's interesting.
The Molly Invitational.
Maui.
I said Maui.
Maui. Oh, wow. I thought
I
he was
thought he
taking-
said Molly too.
Wowie
yeah.
Maui.
Wowie Maui. Wowie Molly.
I got the shirt.
All right.
Cool.
Anyways, it's lists. We are just doing lists here on the show. It is list season in the NFL, which means, what was it? Was it Tuesday that ESPN came out with their quarter-century team?
I believe that was Wednesday. it came
Wednesday?
out.
Okay, Wednesday, ESPN came out with a quarter-century team.
For the NFL.
For the NFL, yeah, I was getting there. It got Matt Hamilton in his feels because there were no Packers on the list. I don't claim Julius Peppers as a Bear. He was there for 4 years. He was with the Packers for 3. You don't claim Julius Peppers as a Packer, do you?
Former Packer, but no, not as like a Packer.
Like in this list, there was Brian
Yes.
Urlacher
No,
and there
I
was
would-
Devin Hester
Yeah, I don't think I would.
for the
No.
for Chicago.
No, no,
there
no.
was Joe Thomas and J.J. Watt for former Badgers. No Packers on the list, which was surprising, but like their best guy was in a competitive spot with Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning.
And their
Can't-
second best guy,
Can't really argue against that.
Charles Woodson, but you're not saying that's a Packer.
I don't even know if that's. I think Jordy Nelson would have a better case than Charles Woodson.
Didn't
Also, because Charles
Woodson
Woodson played cornerback and safety, but he spent 13 years in Vegas. He spent more years in Vegas the first time before he came, or Oakland,
Yeah.
before he came, than his entire time with the Packers. But then he also went back.
How many
He spent
years was he
13
with the
years-
Packers?
He was with 13 total years with Vegas. I think 9 or something.
Okay.
Or
He
not
was
quite.
with the Packers for 7 seasons.
7 seasons.
11
Wow.
seasons in Oakland.
Oh, okay. So I added some on there. 11 and 7. So 11 is more than 7. Regardless of that, I'm not saying you can't. He claims both,
right?
but he's not on the list. So regardless of that, like he is very good marketer. He understands that honestly, 2 fan bases in this NFL world, the Raider fan base and the Packer fan bases are very passionate ones, and he is very coyly and smartly catered to both.
Yeah.
He is very proud former Packer and a very proud former Raider.
2 NFL team fan bases is better than 1.
Okay, but still,
Oh,
back
okay.
to the original question. I mean, I think Jordy Nelson's probably the true Packer snub. If nothing else, I'd put him as the big snub on that top 25 or the all-century team at wide receiver. One, because he was essentially a lifelong Packer, like 1 season away. And then, but the guys on the list are tough. The case you'd make would be like over Justin Jefferson, who was on the list, who is still early in his career.
Right.
But
Yeah, 'cause-
Jefferson is
But if
will
you were
likely
going
end
to
up
take
as a better
the
player.
start,
He's incredible.
if you're going to draft a team and there was like, okay, you've got a rookie Justin Jefferson and a rookie Jordy Nelson. I
I'm
love
taking-
Jordy, but you're taking JJ.
For sure.
So what I want to do on the other side is I want to run through the CBS Sports put out a list for the Packers. We can run through it, see if anyone was snubbed. I just want to thin it down a little bit at some positions because I feel like four running backs is a tad much. 6 wide
The
receivers.
thing is, the dicey part is the last two because
The Packers don't have 4 great running backs in this century.
No,
Which is
no,
so
no.
funny. I mean, it's true, though.
But we can get into the list. I don't want to.
Yeah, so we'll do it on the other side.
Diving in.
And then off that list, we'll come up with who do you want to have a beer list, the Coors Light with.
Yes.
So we'll do that. We also have Jason Wilde joining the show. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We're presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has 0 sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Siding Unlimited recently installed 20 brand new amazing energy efficient windows. Our Siding Unlimited crew removed the old windows, inspected the wall for wood rot, installed the new beautiful windows, and cleaned up behind ourselves. It was easy to get started. The homeowner met us at our amazing showroom on 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. Trust me, our showroom is a must-see. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You remember the moments from that magical March.
Outside Decker. It's a 3. Got it! Dagger!
On June 26th at the Orpheum Theater, relive the excitement with the squad that made him believe. A special night with Bo Ryan, Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker.
Here's Kaminsky. The drop stab. That's his favorite. And the 2.
Made him believe. Supported by Canopy Wealth Management, Celebrations Entertainment, and Feli's Flowers. Get your tickets today at uwhoops2015.com. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
When I see the connection, though I see, I don't stare. Though I see, I don't stare. When I'm lost in my reflection. Though I see, I don't see.
And at their brand new location in the Prairie Lake Shopping Center. Just a couple weeks ago, I got a hydrofacial, so my skin is feeling nice and glowy, which I love. So if you're looking to get started on your health and wellness journey, head over to Carbon World Health.
In Sun Prairie, just not that
in
far
Sun Prairie,
away
not
from
far
here
from
as well.
Nitty Gritty. Celebrate your birthday and then go to Carbon.
I was at Carbon World Health earlier today. I saw that my body fat is down to basically 10%. And over the last month, I've gained a pound in weight, but I gained 2 pounds in skeletal muscle mass. So good weight gain there. Maybe I'll try out for the Badgers, get some of that NIL money. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown.
Know a name.
Hopefully. We're at Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie. Primetime Overtime with us as well. We got Chrissy Birdsall back at the Everlight Solar Studio. You can. We're gonna have a poll question here for you in a minute about what Packer from the All Quarter Century team would you want to get a beer with. But we're gonna work through this list twofold. One, Matt and Molly are gonna come up with some names as we go along. Enough to share them as we go, but of who you want on the list as far as options for the beer. But then also, I think we need to thin this list down. So, Chrissy, can we get some NFL music, please? There it is. All right. At quarterback, no complaints at 2 quarterbacks is a fine number for me. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre.
Yep.
All righty.
Not Jordan Love. No, I'm just kidding.
Correct.
Not yet.
Matt Flynn.
Correct. Not Jordan Love. Running back, Amon Green, Aaron Jones, Ryan Grant, Eddie Lacy. It is interesting that the Packers have 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. None of these guys are making the Hall of Fame as running backs. So just a little bit of note, the Packers have been so good. And maybe it's a little detriment that you have quarterbacks so great they don't get the ball enough. But I would thin that room down to – I'd honestly just keep it at 2. That truly I just look at it as like who truly deserves to be on an all-quarter century team when you have the Rodgers and Favre. We don't have to hold them at full status. For me, there's 2 backs. That's Amon Green and Aaron Jones that truly deserve to be like considered the level to be on an all-quarter century team.
Agree.
Yeah.
I like Ryan Grant and Eddie Lacy had a couple seasons.
Didn't Ryan Grant have a couple more? I mean, he had more than Lacy. Lacy
Yeah,
had 2 seasons.
Ryan Grant had 2,000-yard seasons. His rookie season, he had 956 yards, but the season after those 2,000-yard seasons, he played 1 game. And then he came back and only rushed for 500 yards.
3 seasons that were legit.
Yeah, and Eddie had 2. So, honestly, I'd say that's almost
Eddie
exactly the
was fun
same.
to watch, though. I will say.
Yeah, but this isn't like the all fun to watch thing.
No.
Yeah. So,
but I might put Eddie on the beer drinking.
Wait,
there
Ryan.
you go. That's fine. That's fine.
To put you on the spot, though, how does Amon Green's numbers rank versus like Aaron Jones?
Amon Green's numbers are very impressive.
Doesn't see he's probably the runaway favorite.
He led the league in rushing almost led the league in rushing 1 year with 1,883 yards.
Damn.
And that was after 3 1,000-yard seasons, and then he had 2 more 1,000-yard seasons after that.
Amon Green is like the truly only one that would be able to truly be considered all quarter century.
He's a 4-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
It's amazing he was never an All-Pro, honestly.
It's crazy, too, just like as we go through this list, just keeping in mind how many less games there were during like seasons back then.
16.
Yep. All right, wide receiver, Donald Driver, Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Greg Jennings, James Jones. The top 3 to me are no-brainers, clearly deserving to be in all-quarter century teams. The only other guy I'd maybe put on there is Greg Jennings. Cobb and Jones had nice runs and like our fan favorites, but I wouldn't like if I'm holding it to like, are you truly worthy of being an all-quarter century player?
Right.
I'm cutting it off at Jordy probably.
Because you're right. There's some good ones there. Like James Jones, you could argue is the reason the Packers were as good as they were in one of their seasons. He had like 17 touchdowns or something.
Yeah.
He was a red zone.
Yeah, but I feel like he didn't
master.
Even maybe had just over 1,000 yards that year. But to your point, like he did. But like those are seasons and like longevity. But I'm saying that like CBS just did a little extra to fill it. Because like if you just had a list of Donald Driver, Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson, like dang, it's just close.
I'm almost certain that James Jones might have been the touchdown leader.
In 2012,
one season.
In 2012, he was the touchdown leader with 14. That was the only season we had double-digit touchdowns.
Yeah, it was a season. It was a neat season he had.
It was 14, not 17.
I mean, anyways, he had a neat season.
And I wouldn't put him on the list
And
either.
by the way, James Jones never had a 1,000-yard receiving season.
Yeah. So
which is
that's
a mind-blown stat.
Yeah. All right, tight end, Jermichael Finley, Bubba Franks. I'm actually fine with both of those.
Was Jermichael Finley... Like, I mean, I'm actually asking, was he that good, or is this just like in the grand scheme of things?
223 catches, 2,785 yards, and 20 touchdowns. Basically, he had a career during
I was at that game.
He played 5.5 seasons. So those aren't bad for a tight end in 5.5 seasons.
Playing the Browns in the rain.
His best statistical season was in 2011, 55 catches for 767 yards. Honestly, that's not much better than like what Tucker Kraft.
That's what I was literally just thinking that.
Yeah, different era.
Different era.
He was
true.
on a team that's loaded, though. Remember, because wasn't he on the cover of that Sports Illustrated where it was all those receivers.
Greg and George.
Jermichael Finley was
Monte,
part of like a Rubik's Cube that was a disaster for teams to cover.
Yeah.
Like that's so. Again, tight end. We're also looking at tight end position. Yeah, Tucker Kraft could take it over, but for right now, offensive line. I'm just going to give you the names. I'm not going to dispute any of them. Mainly because Tauscher's on it, but David Bakhtiari, Chad Clifton, Josh Sitton, Mark Tauscher, Brian Bulaga, T.J. Lang, Scott Wells, Corey Lindsley, Elton Jenkins, Marco Rivera. So that's it. Defensively, D-line. Wow, this is a heck of a list here. Clay Matthews, Kenny Clark, Aaron Campman for sure, and then it's like KGB, maybe Ryan Pickett, maybe BJ Raji. Yeah, I guess I might put him on there. Mike Daniels.
He's a run stuffer.
Okay, but all quarter century.
I mean,
honestly, having 10 guys.
If you notice, there's a lot of positions there, so they got.
I know.
Edge rushers.
I know.
I was gonna say I don't really agree with the bottom 3.
Yeah, those are definitely not on the list.
Preston Smith.
Julius Peppers played 3 years.
Are you laughing like that we're taking him off the list,
No.
or are you laughing
I'm
that he's
laughing
on the
that
list
he's
in the first
on
place?
Preston Smith, no disrespect.
But that is also
Fine,
testament to what the Green Bay Packers defense has been for how many years
Very
now,
true.
right?
We could draw the line at Mike Daniels if we want, and we'll just cut the other ones off at the bottom. I'd go Daniels or
biased 'cause he's from
BJ.
Iowa.
But
And guys, shouldn't we all acknowledge Preston Smith should be in the cornerback category because he was out there covering guys like Devontae. I mean, he shouldn't be on the D-line.
Linebacker, as we work
God.
through this quickly, A.J. Hawk, Nick Barnett. Well, this is just bad group. A.J. Hawk is probably and Barnett are probably the only two worthy of truly
Blake
being.
Martinez was pretty good.
He's not all
He was
quarter
good
century.
for one season. One.
Do you look up the stats? You know he's only good for one?
No, I remember because he was from where I lived. So, I paid attention
and
to his
Devondre
career.
Campbell had a season. Like,
He's from Tucson,
all right,
Arizona.
the standard
That
of
is-
all,
Look it up.
truly all quarter century, Nick Barnett and A.J. are the only ones that truly meet that. They were great for a long period of time. Cornerback, Charles Woodson, Tremont Williams, Al Harris. And I think it starts getting a little dicey at Jair. Definitely not Sam Shields or Rasul Douglas. But if you want to draw in Jair Alexander, I'm fine with that.
I mean, yeah.
Are we cutting that Al Harris or Jair?
Can't cut out Al Harris.
No, I'm saying, like, do we cut it below
Cut it.
Al Harris or do
Yeah.
you cut it below Jair?
Ooh, you think so? You think Jair's not on this list, Matt?
No, I think
So
I
after
say
Jair.
you can't cut Al Harris. Yeah,
I'm not.
after Jair.
I'm not.
No,
yeah.
he's saying
nobody
the line.
said you should
Where's
cut.
the line?
Nobody should cut Al Harris.
Because
I
it's
agree.
Charles Woodson, Tremont Williams, Al
Great
Harris.
Bears defensive backs coach there, Al Harris.
Yep.
All right, so give me the names. I need 4 names. This is our Carmelist Talking Text line. This is more how you get in to answer this question. Our Siding Unlimited poll question. Who off of the Packers quarter century list would you want to grab a Coors Light with? Matt, give me the names. This is going to be Matt Hamilton's list.
Al Harris.
Okay.
Just so we can talk about that pick 6.
Ooh. It's a good one.
I think I really liked KGB, but I think Clay Matthews would be fun.
Ugh. All right.
I knew you'd say ugh.
He also doesn't seem interesting, though.
I mean, maybe not to you. The guy played years of football. I'm sure he's got some interesting tidbits.
But, like, what he's sharing.
Story time? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm looking
That's
for.
what I'm like. I don't.
Looks like they're having some technical difficulties. We'll be right back with more Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
We don't speak about her.
about rivals.
We are not rivals.
this?
Yeah, me and Kay are not on the same level in the same sense that Matt thinks that the Bears and the Packers aren't on the same level.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
Celebrate the 4th with family, friends, and unbeatable appliance deals at Brothers Maine. Our fireworks of savings on top brands like Whirlpool, plus next-day delivery, will make you ooh and ah. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This station has conducted a test of the emergency alert system.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Morgan Wallen Live. I'm the Problem Tour 2025. Historic 2 consecutive shows at Camp Randall Stadium, Saturday, June 28th, and second show added June 29th with Miranda Lambert and Ella Langley. On sale now at uwbadgers.com.
I'ma need some whiskey glasses.
Morgan Wallen, Live 2025.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on June 24th.
Curio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they take on the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third down.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in June 24th at 6:40 on WISC TV in Madison, or check your local listings to watch the game.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
If you want a fresh twist on surf and turf, look no further than North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Inspired by their time living in the Alaskan Gulf in southern Texas, owners Keith and Aaron brought together unique culinary backgrounds to create a truly authentic American restaurant here in Madison. After expanding to 2 more locations in DeForest and Verona, you can savor smoky, wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood from around the country. Explore their full menu and dining options at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event,
Those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
ESPN Madison is proud to partner with Mentoring Positives for our 3rd annual ESPN Madison Open. Mentoring Positives is a nonprofit based right here in Madison and is dedicated to uplifting youth and families through mentoring, athletics, and youth entrepreneurship. As a trusted presence in the community, Mentoring Positives has been helping young people build confidence, leadership, and purpose for 20 years. They're changing lives right here in our community. Visit mentoringpositives.org to make your impact today. That's mentoringpositives.org.
The Bucky Badger Student Mascot Fund was created to support the amazing student athletes who bring the best mascot in the world to life. Hey, my name is Stacy Bruner. I was Bucky Badger from 2010 to 2014. My most memorable sports moment was running out the flag at the 2013 Rose Bowl versus Stanford. Your donation will help fund new scholarships to ensure that the rich tradition of Bucky lives on. Learn more at supportbucky.org. That's supportbucky.org.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Jason, quick question. You are one of one.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Thank you for helping me prove my point, Molly. Because my point, well, is this Matt Hamilton?
Am I not allowed to know the word filibustering?
I just didn't see that coming, that's all.
Good, I want to keep you on your toes.
Jason Wilde is on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Oh, snap! What's up with that? What's up with that?
Minute once we get him on. Sorry for cutting out here, but we're on remote. We're at Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie, so sometimes the connection can get a little bit haywire. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown. Primetime Warshine with me as well. Christy Birdsall back in the Everlight Solar Studio. Call on Jason Wilde. We have a siding limited poll question we're going to post on ESPN Madison. So the question is, we kind of modified it a little bit here. You can chime in on the Carbus Talking text line, 844-770-3776. List is more. Which table or which bar group is the one you'd want to join to drink a Coors Light with? Is it Matt Hamilton's?
Moving the field goal posts on me here.
Well, you created a list.
That's the
so
table.
You were
I thought these were individuals I was going to go have a beer with. Harris first, and then Quay Matthews.
Someone's worried about
You don't get to have 4 Coors Lights. You get to have, you can have 4 in one sitting,
all right.
but you
Al
can't
Harris,
have 4
Clay Matthews, Donald Driver, Aaron Rodgers. That's Matt's list. You have Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, Charles Woods, and Brian Bulaga for Molly's list. And then for me, I have the only one that's a good team player here. Mark Tauscher, Julius Peppers, then I have Woodson, and then Nick Collins.
Julius Peppers, you're only picking him because he was a Bear.
I know.
Well, he's also a Hall of Famer.
I mean, fair, but...
you cut him off our list. Off our all...
Right, but
quarters.
I didn't cut him off to,
3
the
of mine are
list.
Packers Hall of Famers, right? Or soon to be? No? Devontae, Charles Woodson, and Brian Bulaga?
Yeah. Matt's got 2 Hall of Famers on there.
Actual Hall of Famers or Packers Hall of
Rodgers
Famers?
and Clay will be Hall of Famers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meh.
They share a couple things in common.
Driver's a Packer Hall of Famer.
Matt's list stinks. We can all admit it.
Get out of here, Molly.
Matt knows it stinks because he's trying to defend
Yeah,
it. Do you want to make any addition? Do you want to alter your list now that we've altered the rules on you before we make it official?
Now that they all have to be sitting at one table?
Yeah. If I was going to drop somebody, it would probably be Quay Matthews for Eddie Lacy. Because he's definitely going to want to get a bite to eat after.
He is resting snappies.
He does, and all he tweets about is how much he loves Chinese food. So we're definitely
getting some
takeout. Yeah.
Wait, you can't be like that's got to be in Milwaukee or Madison then. Like I don't know what the Chinese food
In Green Bay? He found it in Green Bay. That's why we sent him to Seattle or something.
Yeah, I feel like, but like actual good Chinese you want to eat, I would imagine Madison or Milwaukee.
Honestly, when I order Chinese food, I am looking for like bad
the
Americanized Chinese food. Like I get exactly what I'm looking for. This is all I've ever known is
this
Chinese
guy.
food here.
This guy can't ever be like, yeah, Green Bay food sucks. Like just like.
He has to defend Wisconsin.
Who's defending it? I'm
you
just
are.
saying crappy Chinese, like Americanized Chinese food is good. But let's be real. I'm the only one who's actually had Chinese food in this group, so go ahead and let me
That's fair.
take this one.
That is fair.
I've been to China twice now.
I've had New York Chinese food. That's
okay, that's American
pretty
Chinese food.
Oh, come on. That's got to be pretty close. So in the district?
I don't think so.
I'm sure it is.
Okay.
I'm sure it is. I went to
I know you went to
Chinatown and had some Chinese food there, too. It was great.
Right, but I'm saying that's close.
Yeah.
We're not all of...
Here's the thing. I'm a sucker for General Tso's chicken, and that is not Chinese food
How do you
at
pronounce
all.
it?
TSO?
Yeah.
General Tso's.
Oh, okay. No, I'm actually curious because I'm
All
like,
right.
oh, wow, I've been saying it wrong.
That's my favorite. And I think it
I
might
say
be Eddie
Sal's.
Lacy, so that's why we're going to have a good time.
All right, let's get to Jason Wilde. Jason, thanks so much for making the time for us today. We looked at the all quarter century list here, and we were running through it. It's a bit long. There's some people on there that I don't know if you truly were making a quarter century list that they'd be on it. Eddie Lacy, Ryan Grant, sort of. But like for a team, I get it.
Tauscher.
We're not gonna
Savage.
I didn't say Tauscher, but I'll allow you to redeem yourself here because we flipped it and said like, and I know you don't partake in drinking beer, but which person out of that group would you most want to like hang out with for like a couple hours, having Chinese food or whatever it is you'd want to do with it? So off of that list, the all quarter century list there, Jason, who's on your list? Who's on your list?
Well, first of all, I spend 3 hours a day hanging out with one of them.
True.
Yeah. And it's a lot. By the way, this segment is brought to you by Panda Express. So, I don't know. This is my least favorite time of the year from a content perspective in the NFL.
Same.
Because everyone is just trying to create something that people will click on, right?
Yep.
And so, like, I'll give you an example. I started this back when we were doing our own version of ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee, and ESPN Madison. And I actually thought it was a good idea because it wasn't just this sort of cockamamie, create something and hope people click on it. And that was our most important Packers list, which would count down leading into training camp, the 20 most important Packers to that season. And I tried to make it, actually have important stuff in it. I would make sure that I had interviewed all of the guys on the list during the course of the off-season program, so there would be quotes in there from them and that kind of thing. And so, I did see this, and, we had fun with it. It worked great for us because we took the offense, and we wanted to see how many of the players on the list. We told Tausch how many players were at each position, and then we saw if he could guess them all. He got them all right. Yep. He needed a little bit of help, unfortunately, on Marco Rivera, who's only one of his best friends and longtime teammates. He claimed that because he departed after the 2004 season, he thought that he wouldn't make the list because Marco obviously was drafted in 96. But we did get there with him, which was a good thing. But, this is a fun little exercise. I got no problem with it. It's great. We got some content out of it. But the fact of the matter is there's way too many people on the list. They had like 6 wide receivers, 4 running backs. So that was my only issue with it, is that you didn't really narrow it down. It wasn't, look, they didn't put Josh Jacobs on the list for his one season with the Packers. They didn't put on Dorsey Levens, whose time with the Packers ended with one season in 2000. So I thought it was fine.
Savior's on the list.
Of all the people that I would want to hang out with on the list, I didn't do the defense because I didn't scroll that far because we were doing the offense, but Charles Woodson is at the top of the list. You feel simultaneously cooler because you're around him and completely uncool because no one's as cool as Charles. all at the same time. And, I don't say this about many players. There's only a handful of them, but, I consider Charles a friend now, and I enjoy every time I get to see him. I did not get to see him for the AmFam Championship when he was in town, but it's amazing how unquestionably cool he is and how uncool I am by comparison to begin with, but it increases my coolness just being in his realm.
Jason, the Packers announced their training camp schedule, and they are going to have 2 less open to the public practices. Is this an ed policy decision, or whose choice is this?
No, it's football. Because, look, I think and we do, I think we're going to talk to Ed at the next time we're going to talk to him is at the NFL or at the shareholders meeting. And I do think there's a conversation to be had in terms of, business versus football. And, obviously his priorities are number 1 to win football games, and 2, keep the team in Green Bay was broken down extensively in recent days. But, at some level, I saw a lot of Packers fans say this, like, look, I'm the guy in the gift. Hey, here, take my money.
Right.
And yet they have so few practices that are open to fans. I just, the football people are I don't want to say paranoid because then Wooly or Christy will soundgraph me and then I'll regret it. But they are kind of, right? I mean,
so many teams are.
Let's just be honest here. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
A lot of teams are. And comparatively speaking, remember, and I outlined this in my story on Channel 3000, this is fairly commonplace around the league. There's very few practices open nowadays, and this is one of the reasons. The other reason, though, is that the NFLPA and the NFL agreed to a CBA back in 2011 that significantly curtailed the number of practices overall, closed, open, or indifferent. So that's part of it, too. Now, I would say this, and I brought this up to Tausch today. Pete Doherty, the columnist for the Green Bay Press-Gazette, said when we had our little Friday get-together with Ed last Friday that, there's a different expectation when you're the team that's owned by the fans and owned by the community. And I wholeheartedly agree with Pete. And frankly, and this is one of my criticisms, and I said it right to Ed's face, is that I feel like the team loves the narrative that we're owned by the fans and owned by the community, but they don't actually have their behavior match it. One of the examples I brought up was the shareholders get nothing. They get nothing for being shareholders. They get the right to, and I told Ed this, I said we had one of the shareholders call our show and say that they get a 25% discount on shareholder-exclusive merchandise. And I said to the caller when he called, I said, wait a minute. So they make merchandise that's only for you, but they don't give it to you. They discount it 25% so you can buy it? And Ed kind of chuckled, and then he said, I'm going to be honest with you. We looked into, is there anything we can do for shareholders? And the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, the limit is $40 in value each year for it to not be a dividend. And he said, so we talked about like keychains and beer koozies. And I wanted to say, hey, man, $40 goes a long way, right? Like it'd be a different thing every year. And you could get it if it's $35 to keep you under the thing. That's certainly better than a keychain, by the way. But like, although the prices in the pro shop are pretty high, but like, you've never done this. And so, and he did say that they're going to look into it. So I felt like I won one for the little guy there, and we'll see what nice can koozie you get to put your Coors Light in next. But I really don't get it. Like those are simple things that, are not expensive that they could easily do to to put their money literally where their mouth is about being owned by the fans.
I hope you talk some sense into it because I know me and Matt are both shareholders, and we would love some free gear.
All right, Matt.
I'm just saying, like I would.
$40.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, I can't. All right, so like, the Packers.
Well, what is that? Hey, whoa! What do you mean?
He's just mad he can't own the Chicago Bears. That's what it comes down to.
So actually,
$10 billion.
So this is what I wanted to get to, Jason. It's actually to that because I'm probably missing something here. Like, so the Packers, I believe they raised like $675 million or $67 million the last time they did like some of these sales, these shareholder sales, and
not $675 million.
No. But like, so they raised that money. How else do they raise funds? Because like Chicago right now, they're looking to sell 10% of their team, and based off the Lakers being sold for $10 billion, I don't think it's crazy that the valuation is that 10% of $10 billion is $1 billion. They could have a cash flow influx to increase stadium funds, increase scouting, increase everything for the Bears. So is that a disadvantage for the Packers not having an owner because there's nothing you can really peel off except for extorting your fans for worthless pieces of paper? So like that was the question I wanted to know is I don't think that's ever going to raise $1 billion.
Extorting your fans for a worthless piece of paper.
But now you get a keychain, thanks Jason Wilde. So, hey, I bought this piece of paper, and all I got is this lousy koozie. But enjoy it.
Yeah, they could.
Salty. I know, seriously.
I wouldn't
they
do
could
it.
have the Packers logo on one side, and on the other side it could say, I was extorted to pay for a lousy, useless piece of paper, and all I got was this lame koozie for my beer to drown my bitterness in.
For all intents and purposes, any team could print out a piece of paper and say you're a shareholder now.
Okay, but what if you get it as a gift, i.e. me? I got it as a gift. Who cares? Somebody thought it would be
Everyone,
cool.
Just stop, okay? Because I know this is going to come as a shock to you guys, but Jim just made an unbelievably poignant point that is really important here, which I know you're as shocked as I am. But while he was getting in those shots, no, not every team can just print pieces of paper because of the actual rules that come with non-voting shares of stock. So that is not true. But what is true, and the thing that has them worried, and you just could not have been more on point with this, Jim, is private equity. And and we talked about it with Ed last Friday when I joined you guys late because we had our little sit down with him. It's absolutely 100% true that all these owners now, who not that many years ago were scared blankless of, the Packers were so jealous that I remember Jerry Jones was talking about, well, why can't I sell shares of Cowboy stock? It's 100% true. He said that because he was looking for ways to generate money. And you're exactly right. With if they sell 10% to private equity, that gets you, if you're at $10 billion, that is $1 billion. And that is an astronomical number in terms of how much capital you can raise and still have 90% ownership of your team. And we're talking much more than, what did Charles Woodson get for his $5 million of the Browns? Was that even 1%? I mean, it obviously wasn't, right?
Yeah, probably not.
So
no.
I think the Packers are scared to death about that. And frankly, I think that's where this whole thing about keeping the Packers in Green Bay stems from, is that they're looking at this going, we can't do that. And now we're almost at a disadvantage being publicly owned instead of privately owned. And that's why they're doing things like, trying to avoid having to pay quite as many taxes or as much rent to the city of Green Bay for the stadium deal. And as I always say, well, that's great, but the city of Green Bay counts on that for a lot of its services, and I don't want my house to start on fire, and they can't come put out the fire because you guys didn't pay your taxes, which are still a drop in the bucket for how much money you guys make. But this all comes down to, Jim, you absolutely nailed it, whether you wanted to or not, and that is all about this private equity that they have allowed. In my opinion, it is allowing the fox in the hen house, but they look at it as one more way to generate lots and lots and lots of money.
Your point was a valid one, Jim. Thank you, Matt LePay. My shot was only at it because they were all excited about their tchotchkes, but I just read this with the Lakers, and the Lakers were technically kind of a mom and pop organization because they were owned by the Buss family. They didn't have a ton of cash flow and compared to other teams. So all the amenities that other teams had, including scouting and other things you can spend money on, head coaches and all that kind of stuff that's not capped, they really couldn't compete for much longer, and that's why being able to sell really has made the Lakers probably even more of a juggernaut in the future for the NBA because they're going to have that money. So that made me think of the Bears, and then it made me think of the Packers of how are the Packers, how are they getting money? And I guess my other question to that is then the Packers can't leave Green. I guess I don't understand how the Packers could leave Green Bay. That's the other question I'll ask you on that one, Jason.
Yeah, they can't necessarily, but I think that first of all, in fairness to Ed and to the Packers, I think it's in their mission statement is to basically that one of their missions is to always make sure that the organization stays in Green Bay. And if we're being honest, let's go back to the late 1990s before Bob Harlan was going door to door to try and get Brown County residents to accept that 0.5% sales tax to pay for the renovation of the stadium. If that fails and the Packers fall to the bottom of the revenue, and they're going to get the revenue sharing from TV that would be enough to keep them afloat, but more than likely they're just going to suck all the time. And sooner or later the NFL might have said, look, we can't have a team, we can't relegate you like European soccer. We can't have a team be this bad. So we're going to open this up for the possibility of you guys being sold to an owner. And then, of course, the first owner, whoever that would end up being, would always say, oh, we're going to keep the team here long term. And then maybe the next time, the next owner, we've seen this kind of with the Bucks, not that they're moving, but the next owner may have a different idea. So is it far-fetched? Sure. Is it highly, highly, highly unlikely? Sure. Is it impossible? It's not impossible, and I still think it would have happened had they lost the stadium thing. I think there's a distinct possibility that by now they would be somewhere else. Maybe they'd be in Milwaukee, but they would have definitely had a very hard time had they lost that stadium vote. So I know that caused a pretty big stir. Frankly, I was a little surprised by just how big it was. But the bottom line is that is part of their job, is to make sure the team always stays here. And there are some things that are not just boogeymen, but that are legitimate concerns. And the private equity piece, I could just tell when it came up in the conversation with Ed Policy that it is something that they have been legitimately worried about.
Jason, last question here. With the Jair thing all said and done now, have the Packers moved on to lowballing Elton Jenkins? Why isn't this contract on? He's not asking for $1 billion.
Yeah,
is he?
Yeah, he's definitely
Ed's
not.
going to text you. Can you send me $10, please? I need some money.
I might send it to him. Send me a keychain.
Yeah, I don't like. He's not asking. He's not even asking for the entirety of his remaining contract. He's basically saying, look, guarantee some of that, so I have some security. Not have the rest of it guaranteed. I will earn it. I'll play at a high level. The general manager himself flat out said that I can be an all-pro center. So let me play center, give me some security, and then if add some dummy years to the contract in 27 and 28. And if after 2 years I turn 30 and you're like, well, we can't have this guy on our team anymore. He celebrated his 30th birthday. We got to get rid of him. It's in our bylaws. And they move on from him. He's had some security during these 2 seasons that if a catastrophic injury hit, he wouldn't be out of luck. So, no, I don't get it. Again, my question now is what happens from here?
Right.
Because if there's nothing done before camp starts, does Elton continue to do the Rodney Dangerfield with his arm and Caddyshack? My arm! And he's not able to practice? What are they going to do? So that's a really legitimate question, Matt, and I don't have a good answer for you because to me, if you're going to come out and flat out say the way Goody did when you decided to move him to center, we think he can be an all-pro center. then there should be no hesitation to guarantee a portion of the already existing money in his contract to show that you believe in him, to give him what he's looking for, and then everybody can move on with their lives instead of it becoming a drama point. And again, I don't know what's going to happen. I would hope that will be the end game, but you just never know.
They've literally signed guys with the idea that he's moving to center. So to not make that official seems so counterintuitive.
Seems very Packery.
He is literally, and I hate it when people use the word literally wrong, he is literally the centerpiece of their offensive line reshuffle. Literally.
True.
And they won't pay him.
Jason, awesome stuff. Thanks for going along with us.
All right, guys, take care. Be good. Enjoy your tchotchkes that I'm going to get you given to you for being shareholders. I'm on the case.
I'll take a keychain. I'll take it.
All right.
$35.
I'm actually really optimistic about sports going forward. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
It's like dogs. Like you get like the snickerdoodle or all these. Like you're trying to build a
Snickerdoodle?
Is that a real dog?
No, it's like a golden doodle.
Golden
it's a cookie.
doodle. Golden doodle.
Like a snickerdoodle. Half poodle, half Snickers bar.
I'm sure golden doodle. I don't know. This breeding dogs thing is dumb.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC.
A court case that could shape the future of college athletics is upon us. As Friday afternoon, it was reported by Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports that the University of Wisconsin has officially filed a lawsuit against the University of Miami for tampering and eventually poaching cornerback Xavier Lucas, who is under contract with the Badgers. The case's timetable is still uncertain, but regardless, it's safe to say Wisconsin will be at the forefront of history in this new era of college sports.
What a beautiful day to have new windows and doors installed.
Pella has a product line for every budget.
No interest and no payments for up to 2 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Live the high life and get into the Nitty Gritty, home of the award-winning Gritty Burger and Madison's official birthday place. Enjoy a full menu including sandwiches, specialty burgers, wraps, salads, and weekend brunch. With the family-friendly environment, it's a great place to watch the big game. Plus, they've got Miller High Life Power Hour specials daily. Located in downtown Madison, Middleton, and Sun Prairie, the Nitty Gritty, a tradition since 1968. Also enjoy high life at Bar Coralini, Paradise Lounge, and Jordan's Big Ten Pub.
It's here. The You Pay When Employees Pay event at Metro Ford of Madison is on. For a limited time, enjoy employee pricing for all in-stock new Ford vehicles. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Ford F-150 with 2.9% APR for 60 months, $17.92 cost per thousand financed. Plus, enjoy up to $2,000 of bonus cash. And yes, you can defer payments for 90 days with approved credit. Offer ends June 30th. Hurry to Metro Ford of Madison today and browse their inventory at metrofordofmadison.com.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? Discover TPC Wisconsin, an instant classic in the heart of the Midwest. With a course co-designed by Steve Stricker and PGA Tour Designs, it's the 13th and newest TPC Network golf club in the world. Other high-quality amenities include a short game practice area, athletic performance center, and meeting and dining facilities. Plus, membership benefits that reach around the globe. Schedule a tour at tpcwisconsin.com and start your journey to a lifetime of priceless golf.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
If you want a fresh twist on surf and turf, look no further than North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Inspired by their time living in the Alaskan Gulf in southern Texas, owners Keith and Aaron brought together unique culinary backgrounds to create a truly authentic American restaurant here in Madison. After expanding to 2 more locations in DeForest and Verona, you can savor smoky, wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood from around the country. Explore their full menu and dining options at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
Cheesy Bites Pizza is back at Pizza Hut. For only $13.99, you get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites. Plus, it comes with Pizza Hut's very own Ranch Lovers Flight, featuring 3 bold dips: Ultimate Ranch, Chipotle Ranch, and Pepperoni Ranch. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor. Ready to dip into deliciousness? Well, hurry. It's only available for a limited time. Head to a Pizza Hut location or order online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
How's it going, Madison? This is Chrissy Birdsall with your Sports Center update, brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. Some major news coming out of college football today. Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports reporting that Wisconsin is suing the University of Miami for tampering with and eventually poaching former quarterback Xavier Lucas while he was under contract with the Badgers. According to the lawsuit, Wisconsin alleges that Miami coach and prominent alumni visited Lucas in December and offered a lucrative package to induce him to leave Wisconsin for Miami. To stay up to date on the lawsuit, check out ESPN Wisconsin.com. The Milwaukee Brewers are back in the win column after taking an 8-7 win against the Chicago Cubs yesterday afternoon. And with the win, the Brewers jumping to 40-35, remain in second in the NL Central, tied with the St. Louis Cardinals and closing the gap on the first-place Cubs, just 5.5 games back. The Brewers are back in action tonight, kicking off their 3-game series against the Minnesota Twins. Jacob the Miz Mizorowski is on the mound. First pitch scheduled for 7:10 p.m. with pregame coverage starting at 6:30 right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
That's why the Brewers are so careful with Big Miz.
2-2, swing and a miss, and Contreras goes down on strikes. First big league K for Jacob Mizorowski.
Big Miz? Now he's Big Miz.
He's always been Big Miz.
The Miz.
6'7".
6'7" is big.
No, big, tall, yes, but he's not like big.
But also like on a ball.
He's not girthy.
Sometimes long works, sometimes girthy works, ideally both. But
broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison, alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is hour number 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power at Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie. We got Chrissy Birdsall back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown with me. Primetime Lorisheim here as well. You can get to the show, 844-770-3776. Call us, talk, text line. List is more. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream and stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Our Siding Unlimited poll question, whose theoretical table for former Packers would you most want to grab a Coors Light with? My table, Jim Rutledge's table, Tauscher, Julius Peppers, Jordy Nelson, Nick Collins. That is currently in last place. Then you have the
Probably because they think you'll be at the table too.
Matt Hamilton. Well, Matt, you're barely in front of me with Al Harris, Clay Matthews, Donald Driver, and Aaron Rodgers. Molly Brown.
I didn't get swapped out on Quay Matthews. That's fine.
That's not what's hurting you. Molly Brown, Aaron Jones, it's you.
It's me.
To your point, if I'm dragging down my
I'm
list,
the problem, it's me.
You're dragging down your list, and Molly Brown is lifting her list up at 41% of the fans. Like it is, you're 10% back.
I'm gonna go pander to Twitter, please.
Aaron Jones, Devontae, Woodson, and Bulaga are that's the leading table with Molly Brown at the table.
So is it me that's making my table awesome,
Well,
or is it all the awesome people at my awesome
if
table?
Matt is trying to say that
Matt's going to
I'm
enlist
dragging
his
it
curling
down,
fan freaks.
it's going to be even
into this.
funnier that when he doesn't win.
I think the curling fan freaks are going to agree with Molly's table. Molly's table is elite.
My table is elite.
It really is.
Having no Rodgers on it really helps you.
It definitely does.
I mean, now one could argue, for Matt's sake, that Aaron Rodgers would be good to have at the table because he might talk about some interesting things. He might have some juicy stories about being, mishandled by the Green Bay Packers, him and some of his friends, you know?
So 844-770-3776. Carl was talking text line. List is more. You can chime in on that. But I wanted to ask you guys this, and the fans can chime in. We'll post this as a side of them with a poll question. But I was listening to a podcast today with Robert Mays from The Athletic, and they were talking about lingering questions for certain NFL teams. Like, for an example, the Steelers. Like, how good is the rest of the roster outside of Aaron Rodgers? The Bears. How much of a difference will Dennis Allen make? They were a top 10 defense before their meltdown against Washington. Then the team fell apart and the defense fell apart. So is that going to be coaching, or is that going to be players are not ever going to come back from that? But for the Packers, I want to ask you guys, the Packers are not on this list here. What's a lingering question that you don't feel has been answered in the offseason?
I mean, can we say
You kind of want to see how it's going to shake out. For me, well, go ahead.
There's a lot to me, right? I mean, I feel like initially the first thing in my head goes right to the wide receivers, right? We talk about the army of twos all the time, right? Like, yes, they just got a receiver first-round pick. Like, they just did that.
But counting on a receiver picked in the 20s, even in the first round, to be your number one guy year one
so
is
a big
ask.
Yes, the question of, is there a number one wide receiver? Who is the number one wide receiver? Don't know. The questions of cornerbacks. What the heck are they doing at cornerbacks? There's nobody that's proven themselves to be a number one in the same sense of what Jair Alexander was when he was healthy, right?
For sure.
There's no way that you feel confident about that. Pass rush. Didn't do anything to address that. Quarterback, I still have questions.
I think for this purpose, we can leave quarterback off the list. Wide receiver, I guess, I would have more concerns as a Packer fan with my cornerback room and my pass rush.
Yeah.
Like, wide receiver is definitely on the list. No team's perfect, but if I'm picking one lingering issue for the Packers, to me it's coming down to defensive, pass rush or cornerbacks.
100%. I mean, the question is, why are you doing halfway dirty? Like, he had an issue last year getting pressure, so he had to send blitzes. Like, we had to blitz last year just to get pressure on the quarterback. If we can't get pressure with our front four, that's sacrificing guys in coverage that might be helping our corners. So, they go hand in hand.
Who probably need help.
Who are definitely going to need help. So, that's kind of like my issue. I feel like they're expecting halfway to just be the guru that can make a army of twos a top-tier defense. And I'm a little nervous about it. Like, I know my rule is 3 years, but I still have hope that Rashawn Gary's going to get to double-digit sacks.
Drop it at some point.
You have no rules. Your rules is I just hope it happens this year. I will find a reason why it will.
And I'm trying to, will Rashawn Gary to be, a true – elite edge rusher.
If this was horseshoes or hand grenades, he's elite.
Yeah, but it's not. Close isn't good enough. That's my big issue is, we put so much stock in Rashawn Gary and it's next year's his year, and then he had the ACL after
We
a
put
hot
so much
start.
stock. We put so much stock.
He's talking about the
Matt
team.
Hamilton.
The team.
The Packers do. They haven't gotten anybody.
Okay.
He's one of the owners,
Matt's a
Molly.
shareholder.
Okay,
I
fair.
am we when I talk about the Packers because this is our team.
All right. Whatever helps you feel good.
So that's really my issue. I would say more pass rush because a good pass rush can hide the warts at DB.
Yeah.
And, with Xavier McKinney, he obviously can help over the top, and he's a fantastic safety. there is no backup for the defensive line other than sending linebackers in too, and that's taken away from your cornerbacks and coverage. So the edge rush is my biggest. What's the deal? What's up with that?
What's up with that?
So there was lingering questions, but we can go with
That's my lingering question. Yeah.
Linger on your finger.
What's up with that lingering question?
All right. You can chime in on that 844-770-3776. That's the Carbon Stock and Text line. Less is more. Chrissy, give me a number.
Oh.
What? Do you want to give me a number?
I did. I have one.
Okay,
9
Matt.
for how many sacks Rashawn Gary got in his
All right.
Pro Bowl a year.
I thought you were going to say 10 because you wanted to actually get to double digits.
I want him to, but let's go with current. He is a
All right.
Pro Bowler with 9 sacks as of right now.
Caller number 9 gets a case of High Life. 844-770-3776. Caller number 9 gets a case of High Life. 844-770-3776. We'll play Molly's game next.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team for the 3rd year in a row. Vote every day this month at MadisonMagazine.com.
Live the high life and get into the Nitty Gritty, home of the award-winning Gritty Burger and Madison's official birthday place. Enjoy a full menu including sandwiches, specialty burgers, wraps, salads, and weekend brunch. With the family-friendly environment, it's a great place to watch the big game. Plus, they've got Miller High Life Power Hour specials daily. Located in downtown Madison, Middleton, and Sun Prairie, the Nitty Gritty, a tradition since 1968. Also enjoy high life at Bar Coralini, Paradise Lounge, and Jordan's Big Ten Pub.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done. The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Siding Unlimited recently installed 20 brand new amazing energy efficient windows. Our Siding Unlimited crew removed the old windows, inspected the wall for wood rot, installed the new beautiful windows, and cleaned up behind ourselves. It was easy to get started. The homeowner met us at our amazing showroom on 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. Trust me, our showroom is a must-see. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Play where the Badgers play and enjoy a round at University Ridge Golf Course, the official course of the University of Wisconsin. It's easy to see why University Ridge is consistently rated one of the best public courses in Wisconsin, winning awards every year since 1992. Whether it's a tournament, corporate event, or just a golf outing with family and friends, University Ridge Golf Course will make sure you have an enjoyable golf experience from start to finish. Book your tee time today at universityridge.com. That's universityridge.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
ESPN Madison is proud to partner with Mentoring Positives for our 3rd annual ESPN Madison Open. Mentoring Positives is a nonprofit based right here in Madison and is dedicated to uplifting youth and families through mentoring, athletics, and youth entrepreneurship. As a trusted presence in the community, Mentoring Positives has been helping young people build confidence, leadership, and purpose for 20 years. They're changing lives right here in our community. Visit mentoringpositives.org to make your impact today. That's mentoringpositives.org.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
The High Life Dive Bar giveaway is brought to you by Miller High Life. Celebrate local dives with the champagne of beers. Miller High Life.
7-0-37-76. I believe we're on caller number 9, so you have an opportunity to get to caller number 10. The next caller, 844-770-3776, will win a case of High Life. 844-770-3776. Matt, put your phone down.
I'm going to call in.
Jim, Matt, and Molly live.
That's my beer.
Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie. And while I guess, Ryan, you had me put that out there. Are we going to have Chrissy start up the Molly's game, or how do we do this right now? Now we have Chrissy kind of multitasking.
Well,
so.
Chrissy doesn't need to do anything during Molly's game.
She's got to fire up the open. All right, so let's get to Molly's game.
Hi. I am looking for Molly. I've been searching everywhere and I can't seem to find Molly.
This is Molly's Game, hosted by America's favorite bookie, Molly Brown.
All right, guys, we're going to get right into it because we have to recap last week because I actually have it. Jim, you missed it. My computer is basically glitched for the last 3 weeks, so I went the old-fashioned way, and I wrote it down in a notebook. Guess who didn't lose the notebook? Me. Guess who had to have Ryan bring me my notebook because I forgot it on my desk today? Me. All right, so the last time that we did Molly's game last week, it was game 4 of the NBA Finals that we were going into. So the first question that I asked you, the Thunder were favored by 6, so I wanted to get the margin, the win margin, who will win, and then what will the margin of the win be. Jim was most accurate. He said OKC would win by 6 to 10 points. They did win by 7. The final score of that game was 111 to 104. So count that for Jim. Next one, guys, I asked you the team with the highest three-point percentage in the game. Who would it be, OKC or the Pacers? Jim and Ryan both said OKC. Matt was the only one who said Pacers. The Pacers had 30.6% to OKC's 18.8%. Woof.
Woof.
And they still lost. Then the last one, guys. I asked you who was going to be the top point scorer in that game. Jim and Matt both said Shea. Shea was the correct answer at 35 points. Ryan, you said Jalen Williams, which is what I would have said too. I believe I said that on my Potawatomi Pigs last year.
It was Jalen Williams until the fourth quarter when Shea
Also,
went
Jalen
off.
Williams went off in game 5, correct? Right? That's when he had like 40 points, which was crazy.
Yeah, he did.
So, the winner of last week was Matt.
What?
So, you had
Can
2.
we split?
Oh,
had
you're
2
right,
as well.
you guys. You guys tied.
That's all right. I'll take a split.
No.
All right.
No.
So what do I give you for a tie if I didn't give you a tiebreaker? Do we do like a half point?
Have him play rock, paper, scissors right now.
Do it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Paper.
Matt
Paper
Hamilton,
covers
the
rock. Paper covers rock.
All right.
All right, guys. Moving to this week, Game 7. First Game 7 in NBA Finals since 2016, which is kind of crazy to me. I saw that. That's wild. So this is going to be our last time doing NBA for a while now in Molly's game. So first up, total points over under 215.5 points. Matt, winner, you first.
Over.
I'm going to go under on that. Game 7s historically, because they're so rare, you're just tight really early, and at times they can almost be a rock fight throughout. So I think they're going to go under on that. I think the shooting could be kind of ugly for a while.
Ryan doing all of his research. He's trying to win.
A little bit.
He can't go over.
I can't disagree with the logic from Jim there. I think it's going to be a sloppy Game 7.
Yo.
And, hey, honestly, it would be fun if neither team went over 100 points. Honestly, if this was just like a throwback old-school NBA game, NBA Finals game.
88 to 94.
That would be like ABA level. When last time the Pacers won the Finals, or their championship, I should say. Yeah, I'm going to go with Jim. I'll also say under.
OKC scored like nothing last night, I felt like. That was crazy. Next one, guys. First field goal scorer. Jim, you first.
Wow. Who's going to score the first basket?
What a
of the
crapshoot.
game?
Yeah.
What
Really
a fun pick.
It's a fun pick.
Is. I'll say OKC wins the tip, and I'll give the basket to, I feel like Chet. He was off to his best play was early yesterday, so I'm going to go with Chet.
Matt?
That's good. I'm going to go Pacers.
You're just looking at the rosters, or what are you scrolling
who
for
is
there?
starting.
Oh, come on.
I don't want to pick a bench warmer.
That's
you
gonna
should
pick
know
TJ
who
McConnell.
the starters are. At this point.
I'll do Pacers and Siakam.
All right. Not a bad pick.
I'll go
Ryan?
Pacers, Aaron Neesmith.
That was the other one I was contemplating.
You were just more confirming if he was a starter. Or
Yeah.
not.
No, exactly. He didn't know. He didn't know.
All right, guys. Next one here. Which player will have the most 3-pointers in this game? Ryan, you first.
Which player?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Not which team, which player.
I don't mind sticking with Neesmith again in that case, but I'll stick with a Pacer, Andrew Nembhard. He's probably their second best or other best 3-point shooter on that team, and the Thunder I feel like hit a lot of threes.
No,
they're
they
just
don't.
a lot
They
of
don't take
twos
a
and
lot of them
steals.
either,
No, they're very high efficiency
Right.
at the rim shots. But yeah, I'll go Nembhard.
Jim?
Well, not to copy him because initially I was literally going back and forth, so I'll go with Naismith.
And Matt.
Man, I gotta go with something different, right?
I mean, it's up to you.
Most 3-pointers?
Chet. That's a good option.
Yeah.
Don't love that. Don't love that.
Tyrese. Which name do you know?
Honestly, I think I liked Jim's. I'm going to stick with Neesmith, and we'll just split that one.
All right. If you get it right.
Nobody picked Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's surprising.
I think just to your
How
point.
I don't know how many
He's
threes
too
he
busy
typically gets.
driving the lane, trying to get a foul or putting it up.
I mean, if you're going to pick someone from OKC, probably that. But
Last one here, guys. What player wins the MVP of the finals?
Oh, I think that one's another.
Ooh, I
we're all
love
gonna
that
go with
question.
I don't know why I said MVP of the finals when I literally have it written down as finals MVP. I think I got nervous.
you know what? Just to be different, I'm going to go with Williams. Because he has that 40-point game.
He
If
does.
he comes through and if he comes through with a big game, and Shea just plays like Shea plays, I can see Williams getting it. They've done this. I mean, Shea's great, but I mean, like Steph Curry didn't get it when I.
No. I was just thinking of when the Pacers won the Eastern Conference Finals and Tyrese is like going to go grab it and then ends up being Pascal Siakam that wins it. So I was like, it's just going to be that same thing just with OKC.
But in the finals, that guy who has the last big game, if they've been hanging around, is a great player. I could see Williams getting it.
Matt?
I feel like
This means you're also picking the winner when you pick this.
Exactly.
the really chalky pick is going with like Shea. Because he is the MVP of the league.
Yeah.
Right.
He'd be one of the. I mean, it doesn't happen very
It's gotta
often.
be
If
the
he wins
both.
MVP,
The finals and finals.
I'm trying to
MVP.
think when the Bucks won. Was that the
Giannis
year
did
that
not.
No?
Giannis did not win regular season MVP that year. No.
Couldn't remember. So who
It's
are you
only
picking?
happened.
I'm going to pick Shea.
Okay.
It seems too chalky. I was probably going to be wrong, but I got to go Shea.
10 players have achieved the rare feat of winning the regular season MVP and the finals MVP in the same season. Willis Reed, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Moses Malone, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaq, Tim Duncan, and LeBron.
By the way, I just looked it up.
Jordan's done it twice.
Larry Bird.
I have a Jordan doing it 4 times.
I just
LeBron
have
did
AI.
it twice.
I have AI in front of me, so
My-
you're probably right.
AI sometimes.
My AI
Stinky.
says we have different AIs giving us different responses.
15 instances. Yeah, we do.
What?
How did you Google it?
That's wild.
How many players won NBA MVP and Finals MVP?
Oh, you don't have MVP written in. That's finals and the MVP.
I have MVP season and
But yours
finals.
doesn't say in the same season though, Ryan. Could that be the discrepancy?
15 instances of players winning both the NBA MVP and Finals MVP awards in the same season.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah,
Just
no,
don't
it's-
trust the robots. Honestly, all of these results are wrong.
True. So what's your pick?
My pick,
Yes, it's possible. That's not what I asked. All right.
I'll honestly, if the Pacers win and Pascal Siakam just has another steady game, if he puts up decent numbers, I'll give it to him. I don't think, honestly, if the Pacers win, I don't know if Tyrese is
I
like
don't
the
think he
automatic
does.
pick.
No, I think it'll be Siakam.
Yeah, so it's a long shot to say that the Pacers
Here's
are
the
going to
thing.
win, but if they win, I think it will be Siakam.
With finals MVP, it doesn't always make sense.
No,
Not that
that's
it was
true.
NBA, but remember when James White won for the Patriots and they gave it to Tom Brady?
True.
I'm not saying, that Tom Brady wasn't also deserving, but like James White put up one of the best Super Bowls a running back could possibly ask for.
Same thing with the Warriors when Iguodala won for guarding LeBron, and I think LeBron still like averaged 30 points a
Over
game in that
Curry or
series.
something,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
exactly.
True. Hey, all you sports bettors, if you aren't making your wagers at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you're missing out on an elite experience. Honestly, it's a complete sports betting paradise. Their state-of-the-art venue has dozens of self-service betting kiosks, seating for over 200 people, a first-class bar and restaurant, and a VIP deck. If that isn't enough for you, there's a giant video wall that's over 2,000 square feet. And if you're short on time, they have free 20-minute reserve structure parking. And in a major move for all the sports bettors out there, you can now use your Potawatomi rewards card at most self-service kiosks and the betting counter. Bet on your favorite sports and earn reward points along the way. Now that's a winning play. Bet about the rest. Learn more at paysbig.com/sportsbook. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Come on, Matt. You're the fantasy football guy.
I know, but like we're pretty far removed from fantasy last year. Like,
And honestly, you're into tight ends. Like,
Oh.
I knew how that was going to sound before I said it, but I didn't mean it like.
okay.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our friends at Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road circuit that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Their concession stand makes you feel like you're at the state fair with something for everyone. Spring Vintage Weekend with the SVRA is up next on May 16th through the 18th. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Hi, this is Lee.
inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown. Primetime Warshime with us as well. Chrissy Birdsall back in the Everlight Solar studio. It is a Friday, which on your way home, you stop at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, go be a winner. That's where winners go. Highest payout in the area over at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. But it's Friday. That means we don't throw any stones. Instead, we go pole dancing.
Chrissy, you ready?
We asked, and you answered.
What?
Coming to the stage, it's pole dancing on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Hey now.
Presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, typically when I'm on a remote for a broadcast with you guys like this, on site here at the Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie, I have the producer back in the studio run pole dancing for us. So, Chrissy, are you ready like we talked about?
There's some words I never thought I would say.
Yes. Well, guys, safe to say, I don't think Chrissy has it in her. In which case, it's good because I enlisted the help of our friend Riley Yauk, who recorded some poll questions to ask us this week. Chrissy, go ahead and play poll question number 1.
All right, guys. Truly an honor to be here today as your official voice of pole dancing, starting with Monday, Wildy and Tausch. Which NFC North QB is the most improved in 2025? Caleb Williams, 39%. J.J. McCarthy, 18%. Jared Goff, 7%. And Jordan Love, 36%.
Wait, hold on. So this was the day that we all asked the exact same poll
That
question.
we did.
Is he just going to ask us the same question?
Don't jump too far ahead, Molly. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Just give it a minute. First, respond to those results. What do you think about?
Who was the leading one? I know Jordan Love was 30. Okay, I agree with
Love.
that. We all agreed with that when
Yep.
we pulled this question ourselves the other day. Jordan
Okay.
Love is the most approved.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go to poll question number 2 then, Chrissy. Let's compare the results.
On to poll number 2 from Jen, Gabe, and Chili. Hey, sounds familiar? Which NFC North QB is the most improved in 2025? This poll is a little different. Jordan Love, 41%. J.J. McCarthy, 15%. Caleb Williams, 40%. And Jared Goff, a measly 4%.
That's a tight race between Caleb Williams and
40?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's wrong. I mean,
Like Packer fans want it to be Caleb
Well,
Williams.
Caleb does have to prove that under new coaching that he can take that next step. So there is a lot to prove there, but it's still Jordan Love.
well, I'm trying to think of what my list
Well,
was
'cause
because
his
I had
step-
Jordan Love as 1.
So
what was
his
everybody
lip,
else?
Caleb's step is just an easier step than Jordan. Like Jordan has to level up into top tier. That's his step to take. Caleb has to step
Improve
up
on
from
little things.
inconsistent to consistent, and he's going to look dramatically better.
But I would argue that's part of what Jordan Love has to improve on as well, right? Like, so much of the knock on him has been he's been so inconsistent. You don't know which version of him you're going to get.
Yeah, but Caleb is obviously for a rookie was even less consistent
For
than
sure.
Jordan Love was last year.
And also his very crummy coaching situation played
3
a
offensive
massive role in
coordinators in the
this.
season does hurt.
And just everything terrible all around with all the stories that came out afterwards, right?
Oh, yeah.
True. All right, guys, well, we got enough of that question around. So why don't we change it up and go with poll question number 3?
On to poll number 3. Stop me if you heard this one before. From Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Which NFC North QB is under the most microscope in 2025? Jared Goff, 5%. Jordan Love, 37%. J.J. McCarthy, 15%. And Caleb Williams, 43%.
Now, was there an argument to be made that Jared Goff should be leading this, that he's under the microscope?
Jared Goff.
I mean...
So microscope, you think it's different?
No. I think these are.
That's what I'm hearing.
I believe these are all the same questions, right? Like, like this was a funny day in poll question history at ESPN Wisconsin for sure. But just thinking about Jared Goff,
This day in poll question history.
But just thinking about Jared
Historic
Goff,
pole
right?
dancing.
Like, he's been on the team that is arguably closest to going to the Super Bowl for multiple years in a row, and I understand that he's going to have the loss of Ben Johnson, but then does that have him needing to prove a lot to say, hey, it is me that is, I don't want to say the problem, he's the solution. Like, hey, it is me that is the talented one here, and it wasn't just Ben Johnson. So are people going to be looking very closely at him to be like, are you actually good, or are you just the product of a good offensive coordinator like he had in L.A. and what he's had in Detroit? I don't think that's the case. I think he's a good quarterback, but I'm just asking the question.
I would say that this is the only one I'd microscope. I might buy on Caleb because one guy plays in a major market.
Yeah?
And that's Chicago. Detroit's big, but like it's not
Chicago.
Yeah. So like you're the quarterback in Chicago. Chicago's never won anything because of their quarterback. And so yeah, just like winning the World Series with the Cubs is bigger than any World Series any other team could win. Winning a Super Bowl with it was. I mean, it was 106 years. It clearly was. The
biggest World Series ever.
I actually watched that World Series.
No,
so I mean,
it was. Like you can laugh at it all you want. It's bigger.
It was huge.
But like the Bears winning a Super Bowl would be the biggest thing in like a decade, especially if Caleb Williams is MVP of it. Like, you do it in Chicago, it's exponentially harder, but it's exponentially bigger. But you also have that microscope. There's no microscope in Green Bay as far as like outside of people in Green Bay want Jordan Love to do well. Minnesota, Detroit, it's just not the same. Like Chicago's just, I'm not saying that's better. I'm just saying it's more.
All right, Chrissy, number 4.
Now from your show, Jim, Matt, and Molly, which NFC North QB is on the hottest seat in 2025? Jordan Love, 31%. Jared Goff, 18%. Caleb Williams, 32%. And J.J. McCarthy, 19%.
Yeah, the first year guys are not on the hot seat.
It is interesting to me that Jared Goff was by far the highest in R's than anyone else's. It was 17.6 in R's, and he was under 10% in all the other polls.
That's because I think we argued why he should be at the bottom for like half a segment.
That's true.
And our fans like to be contradictory.
For
fun, like for the lulz and for the conversation.
But this was also a poll on Twitter where people aren't just like listening to our show.
True.
Right?
And I think maybe like how to seed idea, like Jared Goff, like honestly, how to seed most approved. They're the same thing, but there could be something with how to seed of that. If he falls off in the year after losing his coordinators, then maybe he'd be the first to be out. Whereas Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, J.J. McCarthy, is there any scenario where any of those 3 teams move on from their quarterback?
No.
After this season?
No.
Well, first of all, I just want to throw this out there. I think Goff has bought himself a season with
I'd
his
agree.
play.
I'd agree.
Like, I don't think they'd move on from him if
He'd have to be horrible this year.
Horrible.
And
I don't
but I'm
think
saying they still wouldn't move on from him. But
Right.
I think he's got himself his contract with his play.
Right. Yeah.
Unless he like reverts to his play like
Rookie season.
like his last year with the Rams or something.
So, which team in the NFC North is close to a Super Bowl? Is it the Lions?
Lions.
I mean, is that what can
If
justify
JJ
having a hottest seat?
If J.J. McCarthy's good right away, I might say the Vikings.
Yeah, but that's a bigger. To me, that's a bigger if than like if I'm just doing it on
Fair,
the ifs.
fair.
That's the biggest if.
Okay. Yeah, the Lions. You couldn't argue with that, yeah.
Like if I'm going Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears as far as Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, do you want to get in a next poll question? Because you wanted to like flaunt your screen there for a second. What was that?
No, you guys will see. You guys will see that. Maybe the Matt Hamilton army on Twitter.
The Matt Hamilton stands.
Decided to help me take the
not-
lead in the poll.
We weren't going back to that poll question. Sorry, though.
No, we weren't.
No,
No.
we weren't. We're done. I got a different thing for last segment, so we were going to revisit it. So.
So do you want to?
I mean, it'll be
talk
on your
about
sheet
it?
on Monday, so that's fine.
All
But we're not going to talk about it on
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah.
Well, because guys, we got something else to talk about. Chrissy, poll question number 5.
Oh,
finally getting something a little different here from the Homer Hour on Wednesday. His question: would the Wisconsin Badgers have won the men's basketball national championship in 2015 if Ben Brust would have been on the team? Yes, only 27%. Rough news for Ben, and no, a resounding 73%.
So, man, who took most of Ben's minutes? Was that Shoei?
I suppose.
I feel like Zach Showalter was pretty big back then.
Yeah, I mean, Ben's a better shooter, better offensive player. Shoei defensively brought something different.
And they probably needed that defense a little more because you had Frank, you had Sam hitting threes.
Yeah.
Gosser.
I mean, I would probably lean towards, I'd just say yes to be nice to Ben. It's probably a wash. They wouldn't be worse.
You are a great teammate today. First, you want to have a beer with Mark Tauscher, and how you say that the team would have won with Ben.
It's probably a wash.
Okay.
But, like, Ben's would have the pelts on the wall. I mean, he hit big shots.
Yeah.
He's hit big shots throughout his career.
I'd say Bronson Koenig probably took his spot as well.
Oh,
Ben's
well, then
spot.
never
No?
mind.
You think Bronson was a better option?
Bronson needed those minutes. How many minutes did Bronson have?
Bronson played in all 40 games, started 24. Looks like he averaged 28 minutes per game.
So, like, I guess still if Ben took Shoei's minutes and Shoei's just on the bench, and then Bronson played more, then maybe. Like, if Ben had a lesser role.
Shoei didn't even really play that much. It was actually Trayvon Jackson was the third guard.
Okay, so then I would take, I guess, Brust over Trayvon.
Okay. All right. So, Jim, being the good teammate.
These
today.
are like, it's funny when you think about things
People
like
like
this.
me.
Because you always hear that these are the good old days. Those really were the good old days of
by
Wisconsin
far.
basketball.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Are they ever going to get back there?
No.
The mid-2010s were the good old days of Wisconsin
and I
sports.
I don't mean the winning. I just mean you're never going to have that attachment. Football
Yeah.
or basketball.
Right.
It's never happened.
Again, just the way the college athletics is moving, right?
Like, even like Tyler Wall, I just saw some story. He won something in some other country basketball league. And
I
someone
thought he was
wrote
playing for like the Jazz. Wasn't he playing with the Jazz?
No. You're thinking of Micah Potter.
Yep. They look the same.
But, like, I could care less. Like, there's an article about Tyler Wall, about what he did, and it's like, I don't care. He didn't do a lot here, and he won something in Lithuania. Cool. I'm not going to follow up at all. I don't care what Tyler Wall does. No offense, basketball-wise, at least, for the rest of my life.
What about Brad Davis?
I don't care about Brad Davis neither. But, like, this Badger Final Four team, to your point, the glory days, like, I do care. Like, you see guys, like, they did something.
Yep. Totally.
And they were long-term Badgers. Like, Tanjay, we had a discussion on the jump around a little bit. It's like, Tanjay, he gets drafted. I feel less of a connection to John Tanjay than I felt with, like, Decker or Kaminsky or those guys. They played here multiple years, and then they went to the NBA. Tanjay was like he was a fully developed guy. He played here, was great. Now he's in the NBA. But, like, the Badgers are like 1/4 of his development.
I mean, realistically, if the Badgers go to a Final Four next year, probably not. But let's say hypothetically, there's 5 starters are gone to Blue Bloods.
Yeah,
if they're still eligible.
Yeah,
right. Like, so that's why you can't be invested.
And also, like, Blackwell's the only one that's been, like, I guess Winter a little bit, but Blackwell and Winter are the only ones that's been, like, hanging around.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have an attachment to Boyd because I saw him win at Florida Atlantic. But, like, Rhodey is a 1-year guy. Rapp's a 1-year guy, 2 starters on that team. So you got Winter and Blackwell, the other 2 starters who are and then Boyd, obviously. Like, so 3 transfer 1-year guys as starters, and you have 2 guys who have played more than 1 year here at Wisconsin. So even no matter what happens, you just don't have that connection anymore.
Wah, wah.
You guys want one more poll question?
I mean, of course.
All right, Chris, you play the last one.
All right, guys, last but certainly not least, from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, is crunch the most important texture for food? Razor thin margin here, yes, 51%, no, 49%. That'll do it for me for pole dancing. Feel free to leave your comments, questions, and concerns in my mailbox. Thank you very much.
Matt, he's almost got a little bit of like an SNL Hank Azaria character in him there.
Yeah, I like it. That's
I don't mind it.
It's fantastic.
But
texture.
Yeah, texture. Very important.
What are the other ones that are up there, Matt? You're the foodie.
See, but to me, crunch is
Yeah,
the
crunch
texture.
was like
creamy.
crunch. Like that's specifically crunch.
Salty.
It's not texture.
Yeah.
It's a flavor.
Slimy.
Oh, because their thing was the most important.
Is crunch the most important texture for
So
food?
there's creamy. I think I prefer crunchy.
I feel like
Everybody
I always prefer
prefers
crunchy.
Yeah, I think crunch. Like
Who
I
says
even
would
think of
rather
like
have
you
like
make
You're not
creamy
going to
than
get a
crunch.
parfait with no
Granola.
on it, right? You
Yeah.
need that crunch.
You ever
You can't
eaten
even eat yogurt without granola.
I was just going to say, have you ever eaten
I
plain
do,
yogurt?
but I do. I prefer it with yogurt with granola, but I can.
Right.
We'll eat it without.
But yeah, it's like you
can't.
will, but yeah, you definitely prefer it with crunch. So yes, crunch is the most important.
That just sounds like eating like Matt's non-pasteurized milk. Just like
What's that?
that's
Just
what
yogurt
yogurt would be.
straight.
Yeah, that's like the texture
Well,
you'd
my
get.
unpasteurized milk that you let sit out on the counter for like 2 weeks, maybe.
Gross.
It's got to go through a fermentation process to become yogurt.
That's disgusting.
It is.
Like literally, okay.
I'm-
Like my babies just started eating baby food, which is just pureed vegetables or fruits,
Yeah.
and like even they spit it out sometimes because like the texture ain't it.
No.
Nobody wants just the texture of plain soft food. Crunch is the most important.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But like chewy's a texture.
Gross.
Like for like a good
like
New
beef
York
jerky.
slice of pizza, you want
Chewy?
Oh, the crust, yeah, that not like your edge
cheese,
on the end,
yeah.
but like when you get that initial bite on the corner, that crust has like more gluten in it, which makes it chewier. It's like what makes.
I'm sorry.
agree
When
with
I think
Matt.
of pizza, I'm not thinking of I want a chewy pizza.
Yeah,
right
I get
now.
what Matt's saying.
I
don't
get
know
it.
if chewy's.
It might not be a texture that immediately pops into your head, but I
don't know if
guarantee
chewy's the right
you,
word
if,
for what you're talking about, but I know what you're saying.
if that crust melted in your mouth, you'd hate it.
I thought you were gonna say like a chewy steak. Do you want like a chewy steak?
No
right?
one's a chewy.
Well, then how do you describe what what texture is a good steak?
Tender?
Tender.
Ooh, there you go.
Tender? But is that a texture? A tender texture?
Tender's more like the lack of texture.
But she was describing what you want, like a tender steak. Would
Yeah,
be
she is.
yeah.
Chrissy is accurate, 100%.
And
But I'm
again,
just
I
asking.
get what Matt's saying about the pizza. I don't know if I'd use the word chewy, but I know what you're saying.
It sounds gross.
I look
Because
up.
chewy makes me think of like gum or not
Yes.
good.
Yeah,
but I
it's
know what you're
candy.
saying
Like,
specifically.
it doesn't break down. Is
Yeah.
that what you think with chewy?
Yeah, I know what you're
Molly,
describing,
please.
and you're right. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but
Is
I mean,
is gooey the right?
No,
right
that's
word?
like melted cheese.
Gross.
no, it's not good.
Yeah, but you want the cheese to be ooey gooey.
You want the cheese to be ooey gooey and a chewy crust.
Ooey gooey and chewy pizza. Count me in.
I'm in. I'm here for it.
All right, this is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
We're crunchy.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team for the third year in a row. Vote every day this month at MadisonMagazine.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hi, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network. Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's trusted name in home improvement, does more than just top-quality roofing. They're your go-to for maintenance-free siding and energy-efficient windows, too. Ridgetop has expert credentials with leading manufacturers like Pella, James Hardie, and LP Smart Siding. For over 20 years, they delivered exceptional craftsmanship and service. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Ridgetop Exteriors, where customer service always comes first.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Jim Rutledge here. It's officially camping season, which means I will be using my big blue truck from Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. What does that mean? It means it's a customized buying experience. If you're an expert and you know what you want, they're happy to let you take the lead. And if you have a ton of questions, Aaron, Tyler, and the whole team at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb will make sure they can answer them all. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
This fall, build your perfect Wisconsin football game day with a mini pack.
Pick any 3 games, including Big Ten matchups like Washington, Iowa, and Ohio State, and save while cheering on the Badgers. Big matchups, big moments, and it's all on your schedule. Football mini packs are available now. Create your custom game day experience today at uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. First touchdown to the 5th quarter. There's always something to enjoy. Football game day starts here. We'll see you at Camp Randall.
Catch the feeling of Hawaii at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison with our 100K Luau promotion. The festivities take place on Saturday, June 28th. Starting at 4 p.m., 24 winners will each select a cash prize between $1,000 and $10,000. Then at 7:30, one grand prize winner will take home the big one, $30,000. We're giving away a total of $100,000 at this luau. Aloha. Put on your Hawaiian shirts and head over to
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber offices. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team in 2025. Vote for us every day this month at madisonmagazine.com.
They dance above me as I sing.
Phish Friday continues live from the Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie. Probably a great Phish Fry here. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Chrissy Birdsall with you.
I'm Chrissy Birdsall?
I'm sorry. Chrissy Birdsall back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Molly Brown with me. Primetime Will or Shine. Chrissy Birdsall, like Matt Hamilton's tweet, he was chuffed about it until she informed me that she did not actually vote for Matt Hamilton's table.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoy your last day on Jim, Matt, and Molly, Chrissy.
You are savage.
Chrissy, to be fair, you have more power on the show than Matt does, so I really wouldn't sweat it.
Chrissy's probably here more often than you are, actually, Matt.
I have my attendance this year has been better than yours.
How about next month?
Oh, I'm sorry that I had humans.
Yeah, well,
out with humans.
We had a bet, and I'm leading, so don't even start trying to throw Chrissy in it.
Let's see how the month of July and August look, okay?
On our way out, I wanted to ask this question. I was texting with my brother, and he was telling me, like, oh, Sammy Sosa has finally reconnected with the Cubs. And I was like, I just don't have the feel for him anymore. I mean, he was so gone from the Cubs, but then also, like, he had the steroid issues, and I'm like, okay, like, I'm done with it. And I just kind of said there's enough other Cub players to root for. Like, I'm not mad that he's back, and I'm not going to, like, not think it's cool he took pictures with PCA and stuff like that. He just doesn't hold a place like he could have in my heart as far as a great Cub. Then I brought up Brian Braun to him, and he tried to defend it. And I was just like, but Bronny cheated, and he tried to get a guy fired. Like, I don't know why. I still don't know why Brewer fans, like, you have Yelly, you have other players, like, just move on. Like, I'm not saying you have to hate him, but, like, why is he lifted up? Like, there are other players who didn't take steroids / I don't even care about that as much as, like, tried to get another person fired knowing that he had tainted his whatever, that he had taken steroids.
Yeah.
Like, for me, so I like, my brother still rides or dies with him. So I was just kind of curious, like, where do you guys sit with Braun? Because, like, you had Prince Fielder in that era.
Right.
Easy to root for. You have Yelich. And then you have other players now, Peralta, Churio. Like, you just don't need to prop them up. You have other players. Like, if you were a different franchise and didn't have other good players, it's a different story. Ryan, you're wearing the Brewers shirt today.
I am. I sure am. It's funny you bring up Ryan Braun because Ryan Braun was my first favorite athlete because growing up as an 8-year-old and he was NL Rookie of the Year and he had the same name as me. I thought it was the coolest thing. Honestly, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
Totally, sure.
When I was a kid, he was my favorite athlete. And the day I found out he was taking steroids, and then I learned what STDs were that same day. It was a big day for 11-year-old Ryan.
What?
It was, because he tried to use that as an excuse. That's why he tested positive, was because he had an STD was the lie. So once I found that out.
You also implied someone tampered with it.
That too.
Yeah. I knew that. Yeah, I knew that part.
There was a lot, and honestly, all the fallout of him and that era of the Brewers really left a bad taste in my mouth for the Brewers for a while. And yeah, Jim brings up a great point. I mean, it's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers now with the Packers. Like, if he had just gone out and honestly, if he had retired maybe after his first year with the Jets and even after the breakup, like, you'd feel very different about it now, I think. Even Brett Favre, and obviously I think both of them, I mean, Brett Favre had some complications off the field, terrible things he did off the field. Aaron Rodgers has done some bad things off the field too, so it's just, or he said some bad things off the field. So it's a lot of these guys just ruining their legacies on the way out, which it feels like a lot of times the greatest players for teams don't always end up being the ones who are, like, thought of most fondly.
Well, it's a little bit like musicians. Like, Nirvana thought of higher. I wonder what they're thought of if they're still cranking out and they're just cranking out mid albums right now. As opposed to like, you die on top, you're a legend.
Or you live long enough to be the villain, right?
Yeah,
die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
Yeah.
An album. Yeah. I actually love all the players from the steroid era in baseball because that was my childhood growing up. It was awesome watching all those home runs.
All right. Well, someone should check in the Matt. No, this has been Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
Celebrate the 4th with family, friends, and unbeatable appliance deals at Brothers Maine. Our fireworks of savings on top brands like Whirlpool, plus next day delivery will make you ooh and ah. Visit us